In the fast-paced world we live in, it's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of tasks, responsibilities, and plans for our day. Within all this hustle and bustle, God gets left behind. Quite often, we leave Him behind so much that we don't even miss Him anymore. That is, until we've made such a mess of our life that we are forced to turn back to Him. This, however, is not the way God wants His relationship with you to be. God wants a daily, consistent relationship with each one of His children. The Bible tells us to start every day deliberately seeking God's direction first. Psalms chapter 5 verse 3 says, "My voice you shall hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning I will direct it to you, and I will look up." Psalms chapter 119 and verse 147 says, "I rise before the dawning of the morning and cry for help. I hope in your word." It's very clear that God wants us to give Him our best, not our leftovers. And giving the Lord the first minutes of our day shows Him that He is most important to us. In this devotional, we will share words of encouragement from the Bible that you can listen to each morning to prepare your heart for God working in your day. You no longer have to go alone, waiting until you need help to call out for God. Instead, you can walk in His perfect will starting every morning. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. The dawn of each day brings brand new opportunities, often happiness, but sometimes trouble. But whether you encounter good or bad during the day, God is there to work through you and your circumstances. Waking up each morning and offering your day to God so that He can work through you ensures that your decisions and reactions throughout the day will be pleasing to Him. Remember the words of Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 through 23. Through the Lord's mercies, we are not consumed, because His compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Every sunrise is a reminder of God's faithfulness, and seeing His faithfulness each morning reminds us that He controls all things no matter what. And there's no better time to reflect on the goodness of God than in the quiet moments before the world stirs. So take a moment, reflect on God, His goodness, His love, and His compassion towards you. Think back to times before when He worked His perfect plan through you, even when you didn't understand. And place your trust and confidence in Him again, giving Him your burdens, dreams, and desires to do as He will. Begin your day with this prayer from Psalms chapter 143 and verse 8. "Let me hear your loving kindness in the morning, for I trust in you. Teach me the way in which I should walk, for to you I lift up my soul." Acknowledge Him in all your ways. We will turn to the familiar verses in Proverbs chapter 3 for this encouragement. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." Acknowledging God in all our ways is an act of sacrifice. We give up our lives, every single detail, to God, so that He can do as He wishes. It's an intentional declaration that every facet of our lives belongs to Him, from the most secret desires of our heart to the seemingly mundane routines we invite God into every corner. This means that we can't keep any part of our lives for ourselves. We can't give God only part of our life. We can't give Him the pieces that seem obvious while we work on the side to figure out the rest for ourselves. We must acknowledge Him in all our ways. And there's no better time to give your entire day to God than in the morning. Give it to God before you've taken control. Give it to God before you've lost control. Whatever the case may be, making a conscious decision to lean on God throughout the day will prepare you when the cares of this world try to drown Him out. If you just jump straight out of bed into the busyness of your life, you will never remember to come back to Him later. Make it a point each morning to seek Him first and to place every part of your life into His capable hands. Seek Him daily. Perhaps no lesson is as important today as this one. For you to grow spiritually and experience all that God wants for you in your life, you must seek God daily. It must be a habit that you wake up to every morning. Calling on God only when you need help is not the walk that God wants with you. He wants to walk with you during your good days and bad days, your good moments and your bad moments. He wants a continuous, healthy relationship with you, not a relationship based only on what He can give you. Seeking God's direction is not a one-time event, but a daily discipline. Just as physical exercise yields long-term benefits, the spiritual discipline of seeking God daily transforms your life over time. The more we seek, the more we find. The more we listen, the more we hear. It takes practice to be so consistently aware of God's working around you. But with consistency, you can learn to see Him both in the good and the bad. So make seeking God's direction the first order of business in your day. Before the demands of the world start grabbing your attention, turn your eyes to God and align your heart with the one who holds your future. After all, who else would you want to be closest to other than the one that knows all, that sees all, and that is all?